set up right here. Welcome back to the podcast, the Altr Show, where perspectives are unique and valued, and we getting back to the value, man. We had a layoff. We're gonna get right to that, and basically, this is just an update on the podcast. So, real quickly, someone actually was like, "Yo, you need to give us a small update." I was like, "You know what? I could do that. Something small." So, I wrote some questions. I was like, "You know what? Let me answer a few of these little questions." You know what I mean? Some light for the gang, but it'll fill in because I do have some guests coming on, and I have some other things coming out with AI and just in general with where we could be better in the space that we're growing in. Just men in general, especially black and brown men, like we're growing in a. We have so much access to resources right now, and so I want to be mindful of what information I've obtained and just sharing that. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of where this podcast direction is going, is a little bit of that, and then I'll be meeting with people and having conversations who have been places we've never been, and I love to just pick their brains. And so that's kind of the intermediary of where this podcast is going to be, is interviews, but also like breaking down data, information that could be beneficial or harmful, or that helps aid us in equipping us with tools throughout our daily. And so with that, the first one is reflect on a hiatus. I mean, why did I take a break from the podcast? Number one reason, capacity. I was overwhelmed. I had a lot of shit going on. I had two daughters, or I had two daughters. I had one daughter, then I had a second. We had a second daughter, and if you're a parent, your time that you have during the day, you think that you can like manage the time well, you fucking can't. So so when something is top of mind, do that action, because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do that later. I always forget. Always forget. I don't have a solution for it, but I'm just letting y'all know that, hey, I'm like everybody. I thought I was super dad. I'm super regular. I be forgetting. Like my daughter be like, Dad, remember he's going to take us here? I was like, you right, let's go. I be forgetting. You know what I mean? That's the biggest reason for the hiatus, man. Life be lifing sometimes, right? And then sometimes you got to just check out. You know what I mean? So that's the reason for the hiatus. What lessons have I learned during the past year? Biggest lesson, always take a risk. Always. We moved down here to Phoenix. My wife got a job down here. My job is remote. For me to even get my job was a complete risk. I went up to Standing Rock. I know I'm beating that story to death, but went up to Standing Rock. It was a complete risk. And I realized content creation, And I realized content creation is where I'm at, where I'm supposed to be. And lo and behold, that gives me the flexibility to be anywhere and everywhere with internet and Wi-Fi connection. And so we were able to move down here. So within that small amount of time, we were able to, like, by the graces of God, it is so crazy, like, to just be super disciplined and get a home. I know people who don't know this, but getting a home, they get into all of your fucking business. All of your business. They're like, what accounts you got? Where is this money going? I'm like, damn, they is all in my shit. I was like, imagine if I was like purchasing some like weird ass things that they can be like, what the fuck is he on? I mean, luckily, like none of that's there, but like they was asking all the questions. I'm like, is this normal? Because I never bought a home, but buying a home and just seeing that whole process, it was very, very exhausting. Because we did it, we didn't really have anyone to like do it for us. Like, we kind of went, found the home, found this, like we did it all on our own, which was awesome for it to be the first time. Because now after this, we're gonna have the know-how to kind of like not hack it, but just to kind of like speed up certain things. And so, but anyways, I say all that to say, take risks. Because you can always bounce back. You can always go get a job somewhere else. I'm not saying take a risk in your career if you're trying to super transition, but just take risks within your career. Take risks within your adventures. Calculated risks. Don't be goofy. Don't tie yourself up, jump out of a plane, try to open up a parachute. But yeah, take calculated risks. I'll say that. How did the time away impact your perspective on the podcast's mission or content? It actually just recalibrated it a tad because it was basically for content creators and their start and how they got into it, where they're at. And it's still that, but it's also like more in alignment with educating. So I feel like a lot of the content that I want to put out is educate, update, celebrate. And so for me, if I'm learning something, I'm gonna have a guest on, I'm trying to like pull all the ideas, all the information out of them, just hit me with it. Pause. I need to be fire hose at the mouth with the information so that I can kind of pick up what I can, because I just love other people's experiences, because I feel like that's a part of something I could absorb. So I love wisdom. So if they're sharing tidbits, I'm like, oh, I'm using that. That's just kind of where I'm at. Like I'm like a growth junkie. I just want to learn as much as I can, and to be the best version of me, So that's one of the things that I realize is I have these 3 categories: update, celebrate, or educate, update, and celebrate. So if I bring someone back, that's an update. If I'm bringing up another topic, that's an update. If I'm getting educated, I'm bringing someone in that's speaking on something that I don't know about or that I do know about, but it's more informative. And so those things I think are just like super, super dope. And then celebrate, I don't know where I do know where that's going to fit in. It's just, we're going to celebrate like someone for doing something or kind of go through their process and in that space. And so that's kind of where the podcast direction is going for sure down that road. Make sure I'm recording. Last time I wasn't recording. I'll never make that mistake again. I have 3 fucking recordings right now. Updates about me or my team. Nobody's on the team except for me. What personal or professional milestones have you achieved during the year? Personal, got the home. Professional, I was able to record my 3rd conference solo. I don't know if this is like a thing that people do, but like I like being able to be challenging myself into like, can I do all of this by myself? And I actually had to this last one, but I recorded the conference audio, video, into like, so recording it and then packaging it and then posting online is the other half of it. And so that part is just taking a little longer just because of how it's set up. But professionally, I just feel like I'm getting to be one of the best long form capturers like of history, because I think I'm a digital historian. But I feel like I'm getting really, really good at it in a way where it's kind of scary good, but it's for me. Like, I just like it because I see other people doing it and I like what they're doing. And then when I do my way, I'm like, oh, it looks similar to theirs. And so I do like seeing people who do really good work, because the work that I do, I love the comparison. Not even the comparison, but I compare it off of like, wow, like my vision and their vision, they look a little bit different, but like they look really good. And so for me professionally, I like to kind of like compete with where I was and how I was recording, like mic setup and whatever, all of that. And that's probably some of my bigger updates for me throughout the year. I've helped multiple nonprofits and businesses, not even them paying me, but just with information. I'm on a number of boards. Actually, I just got off a board meeting with Skatefest Omaha. Shout out Skatefest Omaha. But yeah, just a whole bunch of things that are happening and just trying to share whatever wisdom I get, I'm giving it away, because no one gave me wisdom on how to do this. No one. I had to learn it. And so when someone asks me something, I'm like, oh, I would do this, this, and this, but that's just my suggestion. And I'll put it out there like that because I know they're going to get value from something that I'm saying. Maybe not everything, but I wish somebody would have shared information like that with me. And so that was that. That's that. Let's see. Any exciting changes in your life or career that listeners should know? I guess I just said that. We moved down to Phoenix. We're here is amazing. Right now it's 70 degrees out. I don't know if you know, my face Normally during the winter, I look like a ghost. I look like one of them little vampires. What's the movie? They are. I'm Edward. What's the movie? The little vampire and where Twilight. I look like them normally because I used to work in call centers. They had like the little lights. They was shitty, and you had the puffer coats on. But I would look crazy. I was like, yo, I look like a white person. But now look, I mean, I don't know what the camera looking like. I'm mad brown, bro. I'm baking in my melanin. It feels so good because like I'm not just feel like it just flows. I'd be in the sun. I'd be going out grounding, get my feet into the dirt and all of that. And so during the winter, I feel really good. I was sick one time this winter, and then it was gone. I tried to run. I was dumb. I was trying to run through it. I was like, I gotta go run, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to fucking pass out. And then I was like, all right, I'm bugging. So then I chilled out for like a day and a half, and I was good. I was like, yo, it's probably because of the sun, vitamin D, da da da. People lacking deficiency of vitamin D. Pause from just lack of sun in the winter. So got over that. Has the team evolved? If applicable? I know how to say this word. If applicable. Why did it feel like it was like applicable? The team evolved. No, I'm the team. If I can get some people on my team, yo, so be it. I would love that. But right now, no one's on the team. It's just me. Updates about the pod. What's new with it? No, already got that. Any improvements in production quality? I mean, same camera, same lens, same audio, same mic. Hopefully, I mean, I'm pretty sure it sounds the same. Are there any improvements? Why was now the right time? This is actually a good one. That now is the right time to return because it's the beginning of the next year. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start at the beginning of the next year, and I was like, what the fuck? I know what I gotta do. Why would I wait to start when I know? And that's just one of the things that I'm getting in front of. I'm like, yo, I gotta stop procrastinating growth for comfort. That's what I was doing. And so if I want to start something, I'm starting it that day. But I'm trying to stack what I'm starting underneath a habit that I already do. It could be a bad habit or a good habit, but the procrastination for growth is fucking crazy because it's like, oh, I'm going to do it. Everyone does it. I'm going to do that. And then they just don't because it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that because it's a good thing. And we just, for whatever reason, we're just fucking okay with just chilling. And so I started just knocking it out. I got 2 YouTube videos already up. I got a podcast video that I already posted. It was the AI thing. This is the second one. And I did all this within a week. I was like, you know what? I mean, actually not a week, but like a week and a half. But I was like, let me just knock these things out, record them, edit them. I'm literally recording these on the weekend. So like, I'm trying to get these things like rolling in a way where it's like, all right, I'm being effective, but also being efficient. And so, yeah, that is something that I can tip my hat to is like, why did I start? I started because I realized I was procrastinating growth with comfort and I had to get over that shit. Yeah. So that's actually kind of a bar, procrastinating growth because of comfort. That's going to be a clip. I don't know how it's going to go, but that's fire. What did you miss about podcasting and connecting with the audience? I do miss, I don't miss it because I still get it, but it would be like DM conversations like, bro, that's something I'm going through right now, or I appreciate you bringing that up. That's something that I'm dealing with, or something funny. But I get that just naturally through my DMs just because I be posting funny shit or goofy shit or shit that be happening, and I get people that be like, yo, and I'm so like connected with my peoples because literally I think everyone that follows me right now are like people that I know. So I haven't got anywhere close to not knowing a lot of people who message me. So I appreciate everyone that listens that I fucking know. And you guys are like always just chiming in and hitting me with like, yo, I appreciate that, bro. Yo, I was thinking about you. Like my father, actually, you know what? Let me bring that up. My father passed this past month, and that is something that was big that happened to me. I'm going through that grief process. I don't really have like the words to put it together what my grief process is because this is something so close, but also like it's a little foreign to me. So right now, I don't even want to talk about it. Like it's not. I haven't went through it, and so talking about it, I'm literally at a loss for words because I don't know how I'm handling it, if that makes sense. And so day by day, I just kind of try to manage it, and I'll get to this topic later on. But I don't know. It really does feel like I don't want to talk about something that I'm like that's something that's close to me because I value the grief process that I'm going through right now. So I'll leave it at that. Um, how has listener feedback or community support influenced your decision to return? Not really, because I still, like I said, I know everyone that was chopping it up with me. What do you hope listeners take away from the new episodes? I mean, just it's conversation, man. Like I feel like everyone should feel comfortable enough hitting me on the DM or hitting me on whatever post it is, and being like, yo, and just sharing your perspective. Like I said, the theme behind all of this shit, perspectives are unique, and we value that, so we want to get back to the value. I feel like people's perspectives are demonized. We don't give each other a chance to actually grow our perspectives or build on our perspectives. And so, I mean, I give people that. I'm just saying society doesn't, which is it makes sense with cancel culture and Me Too movement. With that, you need to have like a harsh stop in some of the things that are like crazy. But like if someone just doesn't know something or they said something wrong, I don't think people need to get canceled. I think they need to be counseled, and then there should be some like steps to kind of like understanding if they want to, and if they don't, let them be naive or not naive, but let them be ignorant to the situation, and then we can handle them or deal with them however we want. Like, but I want people to have the autonomy to say and do what they want, but there are consequences. So you just can't say anything and there's no consequences. Like, so you say something slick, somebody punch you in your mouth, like that was a consequence. You got freedom of speech, but you got fucking stolen. So, and you have to have that. You can't just have freedom of speech and then nothing happens to you when you talk crazy. So you yell bomb on a plane, we're gonna arrest your ass. U.S. Marshals are gonna take you off the flight. You going to jail, nigga. Like there has to be something like that. So, but freedom of speech, yes. Consequences based off what you say, yes. And that's America. You know what I mean? It is what it is. The road ahead. What themes or topics will you be focusing on moving forward? Educate, update, celebrate. Those themes will be majority of these episodes. Basically, again, education, updation, celebration, updation. That's kind of fire. Updation. Can listeners expect any special episodes, collaborations, or surprises? No, mostly the most thing or the most the thing that you can expect is me. I'll be on here. I have some people coming on and all of that, but other than that, it's gonna be your boy. Where do you see the podcast going in the next year? I'm trying to have at least 20 episodes next year. I'm at I think 8. I'm trying to have 20. I think I'm gonna have more. Let's say 20 now. So that's what 12. Yep. Let's just say 20 now. So one every month. I think I might have more than one every month. We'll see. 20. Let's just say 20. Okay. What questions or topics do you want your audience to suggest for future episodes? I don't know. You guys can suggest whatever you want. So I appreciate just again, like I said, any feedback, any engagement on any type of platform. I typically respond back. I rarely see myself not respond back. I remember one time I was responding back to all my Facebook happy birthdays. Nigga, I had like one time it was crazy. It was like 600 people say, I was like, what the fuck? I'm not saying that. I'm not replying back to all of them. I went through and liked all of them. I didn't reply back to them. One birthday though, I replied to everyone's happy birthday with like a memory that I had with them. And it was like, that was like 200 or something. And then I was like, all right, that's doing too much. But yeah. But yeah, closing thoughts. What final thoughts of gratitude do you want to share with returning listeners? Appreciate y'all for coming back. We're not going nowhere. I'm just chatting it up, man. I'm trying to learn more. I'm trying to grow more. Dad shit, tech shit, man shit. I mean, I feel like we as men, we get a bad rep. You know what I mean? We get like a short end of the stick because we we handle things how society expects us to handle it. But then when we bring up why we're frustrated, they be like, "Oh, man up, nigga." So it's like, all right, we need to be comfortable with making our decision, making a choice, and then standing in it, because everyone else is kind of like, you know what, they you need to operate like this. You need to. It's like, no, I don't give a fuck about what none of y'all are saying. I don't owe no one an understanding lesson of me. You don't owe me anything. I'm not even. Most men, we're not even looking for nothing from nobody. We not even, there's no really no expectations, because we've been let down a lot. We don't really expect a lot out of people, and so that's why we kind of like we silo up. We kind of do our own thing, and then the world wants us to open up. It's like, yo, where you gotta give us space to open up, because if we get in this same shit that y'all giving us, like why would I do that? I don't want to be vulnerable. I want to have transparency. I don't want to be vulnerable. And I think we can interchange those words, or we can use that word transparency instead of vulnerable, because I'm not trying to be getting the space to get not abused, but like to get attacked. You know what I mean? I could be transparent with conversation. I could be transparent with actions. And so I feel like the world needs to understand that, all right, if we want men to be transparent, then we need to create a space for that, instead of like just telling them to do some shit like that. And so I don't know why the fuck I started talking about that, but that's where this podcast is going to be talking about. It's going to be talking about that. Oh yeah, it was the man shit. Cause yeah, we as men, man, we got, this shit is different for us, bro. Like, I know the brothers hearing me say this, they rock with it and they understand it. Like, unfortunately, we can't be ourselves like how we want, because again, expectations. And I don't mean we about to be wilding out, but I mean like how we talk, what we have to talk about, and just our thoughts. Like our thoughts, man, the shit that men think about. This shit is like sad. It's gory. But I think about protection. I'm like, how do I secure the life for my family? How am I more equipped for the daily happenings if something happens? And so I replay these fucking mental gymnastics of like, what if this happens and I gotta do this, and like that shit is like, it gets dark, man. And so I feel like people don't understand that this is what we men go through, who are active dads, who are supportive people in our family, in our community. Like, we think about these things, and like I said, these things, they get dark. And so if you want us to be transparent, we need a space for transparency, to where there's the judgment is like understanding, because I can only be transparent if you're gonna be understanding. I'm not about to be transparent and you about to fucking just be like, oh, this nigga's wilding, because then now I'm up for it's up for judgment on how wild I am. Like, oh, he's thinking about killing someone. Like, no, if I have to, like, you know what I mean? So it's just, we need more understanding of men's mental space, but also like giving them a comfortable space to be transparent. And so I'm actually good. That's a bigger topic. I'm gonna be opening up and peeling back the layers on that, because it's super nuanced in that space. But yeah, what message do you have for for new listeners discovering the podcast? Pull up, man. We chopping it up. You may be a fucking guest on the episode. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm only interviewing motherfuckers who got a degree or who got their own content. No, I'm interviewing and chopping it up and talking real life, real world shit with the homies, strangers who feel like they lifelong homies. Because, you know, we could share, when we share wisdom, like peer to peer, it affects the community around us. So it's not just me gaining wisdom from one brother sharing some stories with me. I'm recording this, and then my whole community is going to get access to this. His whole community is going to get access to it when he posts it. It may not be right when we post it. It may be 2 years down the line. His cousin sees it, or 15 years down the line, my daughter sees it. And so that's why I'm doing this. That's why I create this, because I feel like podcasts are a decolonization tool for the future. Damn, that's a fucking bar right there. But yeah, so it's the last one. How can people help and support in the podcast return? Just like, share, comment, subscribe. Send this to somebody. Like, yo, this is a cool ass dude. He chopping it up. You should check it out. You ain't got to do this episode. Do a future episode with someone I'm chopping it up with. But yeah, man, if you're getting into podcasting, I might have a link down below that's gonna have all my equipment, and I'm gonna go through what all the equipment I have and whatever. It's YouTube University. Everyone learns from that shit. All right, y'all. I appreciate you coming through the Altr Show, where perspectives are unique, and we value that, and we getting back to the value in 2024, the last month right here, and then 2025 and beyond. Peace.